Hey guys, this is RookieDuty here to play and commentate. Today, we are playing Stanley Parable. Or are we playing Stanley Parable? Stanley Parable is a game, or is it a game, that has a story, that doesn't have a story, that you can beat the game, or you can't beat the game. This game is just insane. Like, that's basically mainly the description of the game. It has a story, it doesn't have a story, it has a narrative, it doesn't have a narrative. So this is kind of a mindfuck game. So this will be fun.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Insane. That's my opinion.
And
of
then
it.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
It's the game title.
Something
We can
he
put the
would
game
never
title
quite
in.
Forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Well, we've gained control. Unfortunately, my mouse is a bit annoying. Okay, now I'm gonna try to figure out how to walk. Ah! The door!
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Whoa, what the fuck did I click there? Oh, end is never. The end is never. What the heck's going on? Okay, I can walk now. Damn it, this mouse is getting a bit annoying. It sometimes disconnects, even though it's a professional gaming mouse, which makes it a bit understandably annoying. I should be courteous. I should close this door. There we go. Yeah, this mouse is causing a bit of problems. Weirdly enough,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The first question I would ask for a job like this is how much you get paid. If it's terrible, don't do the job. If it's highly, exceptionally huge,
When
I would
Stanley
take the money.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It's
Stanley
alright.
simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Okay, let's go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I just want to say F to this game.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, is this where Portal comes into effect?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh,
See
this
it,
takes a
Stanley?
turn.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, I don't like this dark room. Yeah. Oh, this
That's
is
her,
creepy.
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Can I disconnect it?
No, you can't. Did you just unplug the
Woo!
phone?
I just did
That
it.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose
It's on my head.
incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is
What
that even
happens?
possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second.
What?
Did I just see... No, that's not possible.
What?
I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Oh.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I
Nope,
won't have
nope,
that kind of
nope,
risk on
nope,
my watch.
nope, nope.
I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please
So what?
observe this helpful instructional video.
What video? Whoa.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person.
Did that even get in
But
the
if
camera?
used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example,
coffee's
in
gone.
this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying,
This is
"My
seriously
goodness,
crazy,
is it
guys.
4:30?
I
I'm
don't
supposed to be having a
understand."
back, sack, and crack."
What? What? What?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay, we done?
Ah,
Oh!
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh, by the way, this game has dead ends. This one was probably a dead end. Yeah, this game has endings. Well, it actually doesn't have endings. it has choices, but it doesn't have choices, and all the fun jazz. Nope, that doesn't.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't
Whoa,
have
this
you
is
jumping
higher,
off the
isn't it?
platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That
Whoa.
story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay, so now what? They're just gonna like, what's the thing on bikes? I didn't use as a kid. Training wheels. Yeah. Now the game has taken an entire training wheel perspective to this right now. Okay, so what? That wasn't one of my choices that I was supposed to make. Is there a sprint button? No, there is not a sprint button.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Am I supposed to go this way?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
But I'm
responsibly and always
RookieDuty.
putting the story
I'm
first.
no
I'm
Stanley.
quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
What if I go
When
back there?
Stanley
That piss
came
him
to a
off.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Can I? Nah, you know what? I've had enough screwing around. I can screw around with the other multitude of choices.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let him ball up inside. Huh. Weird.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ah, darn, this mouse is just getting infuriating. I'll have to switch it out next game. Even though this is a wired mouse or cord. Ah! Whoa. Oh, I was wondering why the keyboard no work. The keyboard no work. I'm assuming that's my boss's office. Yeah, this mouse is really starting to get annoying. Or is it? I have no idea. No, things starting to screw up. Nope. Yep.
Stepping inside his manager's office,
There we go.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who
Work mouse.
orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
I'm clicking.
Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face
Let's
the
hear the
unknown.
character's voice.
He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Come on. Speak! Speak! I would like to speak.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Let
He
me
spoke
speak!
it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Let me speak! Let me speak! Come on, let me speak.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver.
I can't-
Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I can't speak into it. And plus, still, mouse is a bit different. But speak into it.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you
can't
for
move.
this
Oh, no, I
one
can.
single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the
I
door on the
didn't.
right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over
I
there.
didn't have a
Why did you
choice.
come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Whoa, what happened there?
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
What?
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story
What?
first. I'm quite sure.
What are you doing?
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
I followed it and I couldn't
When
speak.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, He entered the door on his left.
Are you kidding me? No! No!
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction.
Holy
Perhaps we're not
crap.
too late.
Okay, I have no choice. Well, why is it getting darker? Why is it getting darker? Why is it getting... Look like it was getting darker. I don't like the dark! The dark is scary! Like, this is... Oh, my!
And I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone?
No, I
Left
can't
here
climb
like
that.
so much garbage.
I'm trying to climb it,
it's
but it's not letting
worthless
me.
now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I
Climb!
can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
No!
I have to.
No! No!
I have to.
Ah! What is going on? Oh my darkness skies! Oh my. Oh my. It is... I don't...
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
Hurry
Now
up,
look
mouse.
where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how
Mousework?
important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen
I
it. There
did!
was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Okay, what happened now? Whoa!
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
What's going on?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
What?
I need you to walk through the door.
What?
Are you listening to me?
What?
Can you hear me?
What is this? What is this?
Stanley, this is important.
What is all this?
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you
What
to
is
take that
this?
step forward, please. Choose.
What?
Do something. Anything.
I didn't hear any such music.
No.
What is going on?
This. The story needs it. So, you hear me?
What?
Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay.
What?
I can wait.
Art assets Valve. What?
You decide.
Made and sourced by Valve.
That
What?
is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
What? What?
As much time as you need.